Hey, Rooster, TTM, what's going on? We're back for our MILB draft second round recap. First one was a debate for sure. So, second round, we'll see what's in store for us.
Yeah, like obviously the first round, um, people go for their guy. They've been waiting all winter, looking at players.
All
Sometimes,
summers too, in some
sometimes
points.
you get a little jumpy, and you get crazy. But the second round, I think, is where the real research. Second, third round, where you start taking guys that you sort of have a feeling on.
Yeah,
You're not going to find the top 10 prospect in baseball down here, but you're going to find a guy who could be next year or 2 years from now.
could be. Yep.
So and talking about somebody who could be a top 10 prospect next year, first round, Miguel, we'll say
Blyce, something like that.
Let's just go with Blyce. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hull takes him at number 13. This is one of these guys. Tools.
I love this pick.
He's got a feel to hit. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got good size. He's projected to be a stud. He hasn't shown it yet, but when he does, if he even hits a little bit this year, he's going to be a top 15 prospect in all of baseball.
I was going to say, yeah. So this guy is a back half, like maybe 70, back quarter even, like 75 to 100 prospect in baseball by most accounts. He hit really good last year as an 18-year-old. Just turned 19. This was the top guy on my board heading into the second round. And I was hoping it'd fall to me. Obviously, he didn't. So I thought this was a great pick. But yeah, like you said, if he hits anywhere decent, like 300 or 290 even, he'll easily be a top 25 prospect next year.
Yeah, this is one of these guys that prospect people love. They're going to go all out for this guy if he does anything. Even if he just shows a little bit of power, it's going to get crazy for this guy. So value
needs to walk more. I'll give him, like you always say, needs to walk more.
He needs a lot of things, but he's a guy. The tools are there. If he even sniffs the ball, people are going to fall in love with him. So
for sure,
I think it's a pretty good pick. So high marks for me on Hull's pick.
I like Hull's pick. I thought that was one of the best picks of the second round.
Yeah. To me, this is a guy that easily should have gone in the first round. He wasn't rated that high for me on my board. He was a little bit lower, obviously, because I didn't take him. But
well, do you want the truth about it? If Encarnacion Strand wasn't there, I was taking this guy in the first round.
And that's where he should have been. Like,
well, we'll find out.
If you would have taken him in the first, no complaints. You take Strand in the second, less complaints. Probably still some complaints, just less. But let's not.
All right, let's get to your pick, Cam Collier. Just got drafted last year. Out of, I think he was at a high school in Florida.
JUCO.
I mean, is he a JUCO kid?
Graduated early. Graduated
Bryce Harper.
All out Bryce Harper. Went to JUCO. So we know this kid. Do we want to call it maturity? Can we call Bryce Harper mature? I don't think so.
That's a clown question, bro.
Clown question, exactly. So I just think it shows how much this guy's ready to commit to baseball. He's a lefty. He's got a feel to hit. He's got plus power, right? He needs a good defensive third baseman. He's going to stay there. So I think that he could be a copy of your classic power hitting third baseman with a cannon.
Yeah, I think this guy has a lot of projection. He definitely is built like a tank, and I think so the power will come, I believe. Once he gets to, I guess, the upper levels, I definitely want to see if pitchers can take advantage of him or not. So again, a small sample size from what did he have? Let me go see. He played 9 games in rookie ball in the complex league. So
so you can't really get anything out of that. But like I said before, with Blyce or whatever we're calling him, if Collier hits when he's in A ball or rookie ball, whatever he's going to play next year,
yes, he will shoot up the boards.
He's going to soar because his He's already big. He's
Yep.
got a good swing, and the biggest thing, he's going to stay in the infield. That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing. So,
I mean, it's
what's
a
going to
risk,
happen
but
is Strand is going to start playing third base, and then
Strand's not going to play third base.
Collier's going to come up and kick his ass to the outfield, and then he's going to just fall out of baseball.
Strand is more of a first base after Votto retires kind of guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't. He doesn't project at third base at all.
I would not
that
put
was
him
his
at third base. His arm's not good enough for third. His gloves okay. His range is probably below average. He doesn't project as a third baseman in my eyes. He's
Patty,
more.
I really enjoy
you.
First. I enjoy you talking down your prospect that you love so much. That
I
really,
don't care where you
really makes me happy
in the infield. If you hit 300 with 30 bombs, you can play wherever the hell you want to play.
So I think Cam Collier is a better version of the player you're talking about. So I really like that pick there. I was just going down my board. He was the next player on my board, number 6, right after Termarr Johnson. Yeah. So I'm flying high right now. I'm getting my guys. I'm seeing my players drop. I'm loving it. And then a guy that I rated really high, didn't think about him this pick, was yours, Julian, at the next pick. This guy, he's got pop. The bat needs to develop, but
he's got a little bit of pop. I'm not going to say he's
20,
got pop. Maybe 15.
20.
He could have a couple outlier seasons of 20 home runs. Yes.
But I think he's the kind of guy, they say he has the best plate discipline in the minor leagues.
I haven't seen this kind of plate discipline since Kevin Youkilis.
Yeah,
this guy walks. I don't know. It's crazy. So he just walks.
When he sees his pitch, he's going to crush it. I think it'll boost his power. I think being patient and disciplined at the plate speaks a lot about the hitter. He's not just going out there and just Vlad Guerreroing everything that comes to it.
He's incredibly disciplined. Incredibly.
Especially considering, like, when was your next pick after this? Not for like 15.
Back into the third round. And I didn't think this guy was going to get there, so I wanted this guy as well.
Yeah, so I think,
like I said, Blythe would have been my number 1 pick here, but he was gone. This was my next pick on my board.
I think it's a really smart pick, especially it's probably a little bit of a reach, especially on my board. But considering if you wanted him, he's probably not going to make it down to your next pick, I don't think.
I didn't think so. And Manzardo was also high on my list, and clearly he didn't make it past the second round. We'll talk about him in a little bit. But yeah, Julian, he still strikes out a lot. We'll see. I mean, Canadian player. I don't know if he's going to be Larry Walker at that kind of power, but I mean, if he can walk,
he's going to be
100 times in a minor league season. He should be able to walk at least that, I think, in a major league season.
Let's say he walks 12%. You could see like a sort of a Bregman light in him, with a little bit less bat, and I don't know where he's going to play in the infield, but he's going to hit,
People say he's going to stay at second base because the Twins don't have their option at second base, even though he's probably more of a left field type player.
Let's say he hits 275, 360 OBP, 20 home runs.
275, he's going to have like a 390 OBP.
Yeah. So we're talking about an excellent it's a great example of a player, real baseball prospect list. He's not going to be up there, but fantasy prospect list, OBP league.
Yes.
That's pretty good pick, Patty. I like that one. Definitely a guy that I thought I could sneak away with later in the draft, but apparently I was wrong.
Playing for Team Canada right now, so I think he's doing pretty good, but they're going to get eliminated probably.
Maybe that's his one downside. Climate change has been making maple syrup really rare. So watch out for the Canadians, man.
Well, let's see what happens. Next pick, hats for bats, Elijah Green. Another, I think he was number 5 overall in this year's last draft.
I mean, it's another thing. He's got every tool except the ability to make contact. He struck out like 40% of the time in rookie ball.
He did strike out a lot, yes.
That is a bad sign. So if they can work with him and get him to make contact, and he's able to develop a swing that can hit for power and make contact, with that kind of speed and that athletic skill, you take a gamble on a guy in the second round like this. But most likely, he's never going to make the majors. And if he does, it's like a 4th outfielder kind of situation.
Oh, see, number 5 pick, you're going to give this kid every opportunity to make the majors. You're not going to invest. I don't know what their signing bonus on this kid was, but probably $5 million at least.
A
You're going to
ton.
give this kid every opportunity to make the big leagues, and I think he'll make it. I don't know. I need to see a lot more. Like you said, he needs more
See a
play
lot
discipline.
more.
I need to see better bat to ball skills. So, I mean,
maybe
guess
he's got it in there. He's young, but like you can't go to rookie ball or whatever he was complex league and just K that much. The pitchers aren't even that
when you
good.
swing your ass off, you can.
Yeah. So I think it says a lot about the type of player he is. And I think we've seen this player a lot. And it's very rare they ever do anything. So,
I think he's a safe bet to make the majors. Will he be an everyday keeper in TTM or an every year keeper? Probably not.
Yeah.
But
chances are very low. So, but
what about your second pick of the second round?
Yeah, you take a flyer on him. Now, with my pick, like I said, I just went literally down my board. So right after Collier was Evan Carter. This guy is considered the steal of the 2020 draft, but it's basically unscouted. People didn't know who he was when the Rangers took him in the draft.
Yeah.
He can hit. He's a big lefty, plays outfield, has a good eye, good plate discipline. He's trying to grow into some power. So if you squint, you can see a 2020 guy here that with decent hit tool and OBP. 2020 players are very rare. Maybe with the new stolen base thing, they'll become more common. But right now, I took a chance at a guy who could turn out to be an average across the board. Average hit tool, average speed, average OBP, average power.
But for him to come viable as a TTM player, he's going to need to be at least above average in one, if not two of those categories. Power, he's a big guy, but he hasn't tapped into his power yet. Is it there? Maybe.
A lot of stuff I read said it's not there. But I felt like at this point that it was really between him.
He's a big kid. I don't know. I don't know if he's just not swinging at full max power. I'm not sure what it is.
Some big guys just don't have a powerful swing. And
this is one of them.
He might be tall. He just needs to muscle up a little bit. Some guys have natural pop. Like Alfonso Soriano, dude was just like ripping shots, and he was this little twig of a guy.
Yeah.
Some big guys they just need to muscle up. They don't have it in
Alfonso Soriano, I think if I remember right, he used, I don't even know what, it was a massive
42-inch bat or
something crazy. Yeah.
He's swinging a 2x4, and he's this tiny little, but he's super strong. He's just small.
Yeah.
But Carter is a guy who is tall and lanky and needs to put some juice in it. So I see this as a high floor, low ceiling. Let's see if I can get a 2020 guy out of this. That has a lot of value to me.
I mean, speed-wise, I think he could be in the 20s for a few years. I don't know. I think his speed will drop, as so many players do. I don't think he's going to be a speed demon throughout his career, especially at 6'4". Can he play center field? I don't know if he can play center field.
Play in the outfield,
corner outfield. Yeah, in the corner. Power. That's all it is to me. Where is this guy's power going to be? And if he's a 15 home run guy and 15 stolen base guy at best for that, I don't know. We'll see. He's got projections, and he's still young enough where something could, I guess, a light bulb could pop on and he could be really good. So
Rangers are going to roid him up, Juan Gonzalez style. He's going to suddenly
get Palmeiro in that room with him.
He's going to start ripping bonds. Bring Canseco as the strength coach.
So far in the first round, I haven't seen a player that I can say I was shocked that was taken. So
no, in this round, well, not yet. You're talking about in the second round.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's get to D's. Is this D's first pick of the draft?
This is his first pick of the draft.
Man, you
Spencer
know what
Jones,
I'm going to say.
These guys just drafted last year, 25th overall. Massive guy. This is what I would determine as a rooster kind of guy.
He's a giraffe, and I'll tell you what. He wasn't the next guy on my board, but he was right after that.
Yeah.
He was right there. I do have some doubts, but
are they trying to find Judge 2.0 or something? I don't know what that's what
Judge
I
was a
think.
freak, you know. Judge, I drafted Judge
This
right
guy
after
looks like
the
a freak
draft in
too.
the minor leagues. I saw something that was there. I don't see that same hit tool. Not that Judge's hit tool was ever great, but I think Jones is.
This year.
Yeah, but definitely when Judge was coming out of college, his hit tool was rated as like a 30. Obviously, he worked on his swing and got better. Jones is really tall, but he's got a weird story where he was a pitcher at Vanderbilt that had Tommy John surgery and then started hitting, then gets drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
So he's new to hitting, and big lefty, Yankee Stadium. I mean, it sets up
for him if he can hit.
If he can hit, you see a perennial 30 home run guy, and he's currently playing center. They say he has good instincts. He's not like a speed demon, but you know, like the Yankees will play Judge in center last year, and they'll probably do it again this year.
Yep.
So you could see him out in left, out in right, in Yankee Stadium. Like it's going to take him some time to develop, but if the hitting stroke develops, he's going to be a monster.
Yeah, this to me is an ideal second round pick. I mean, he wasn't at the top of my board, but again, I wasn't shocked that he got drafted second round in our draft. I mean, he's a guy that you can project, hopefully, if he gets better at hitting. He's a college kid, so he's a little bit older than a high school kid. If this guy was a high school kid, sky's the limit. But a little bit older, college kid. I don't know. I want to see him in the upper levels of the minor leagues. Maybe at some point at the end of the year this year, or at least next year.
He hit pretty good in A-ball or whatever he started out in, but like, you know, he needs to get the double.
He's a college bat. College bats should, and especially the good college bats, they should be able to dominate low A ball.
But also he's very raw. So yeah. So I do really like the pick, but like I said, I didn't see when I watched him watched video of him, read the scouting reports. It's almost like more emotional feeling than like quantitative. This is the guy.
Yeah.
He's not on a lot of top 100 prospect lists, but he will be next year.
Or should he be, unless he has a blow up year.
If he hits, he's going to move up. But I think that people are always going to doubt him because he's huge.
I mean, I guess that's the thing with anybody, but you can always prove him wrong, and we'll see what happens.
But I can say this: he's no Stanton, he's no Judge, he's no Dave Winfield. He's not going to be.
He has that kind of power.
He's not going to be that level, but he's going to be.
What kind of power he does have.
Yeah. So Michael Busch, packing heat at 19. I think it's a guy very similar to Meade, where it's like, dude has a good hit tool and good power, but he's even worse in the field. So where are the Dodgers going to play him? Like he's just lead weight. Like
I don't.
They're saying his defense scouting is a 20.
For me, this was one of the. I did not like this pick. I know Michael Busch. I've followed him for years now. I just didn't like this pick. He's 25 years old now. We know what he is. He's got power in that bat. I mean, at AAA last year, he did not hit as well as I thought he should have. And I thought, was that the beginning of where he's getting exposed? But, I mean, for a 25-year-old, God, I just can't get past that number.
I think it's a low floor, high ceiling. It's a safe pick. How is he going to get enough at bats? I don't know.
He needs to get traded, I guess.
The DH helps in the National League, but still, like, how do you keep that guy on your roster? He's just dead weight.
I mean, unless he really does play. If he plays on the Dodgers and is hitting in the top of the order, or I guess maybe like 6 or 7 in that order, he could be a really viable option. But
I just wonder where you're going to play him. Are you going to play him the DH every game? No. So, and you can't put him in the outfield. You can't put him in the infield. What do you do? Try to hide him at first base?
Well, I want to see how big league pitchers handle this guy. this guy hit 260 in the big leagues, or will he be like a 240 hitter in the big leagues? If he's a 240, 250 hitter, then yeah, that's out of the question. Nothing to this guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if we sort of never hear of him again.
He's interesting one. I know he was a top 100 prospect maybe a year or two ago, but I don't know.
The defensive profile just hurts him. Like if it was just home run derby ball, he would be fine, but he has to play somewhere. And that's the problem. He may not get the at-bats that he needs to develop. So we'll go to Chalupa's next pick. Like I said, I really thought the Brooks Lee thing was like, man, Chalupa is on his game this year. And then he takes Jet Williams. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Obviously, Patty, you said that you knew he was because you were.
I know who he was, yeah.
He was a first-round pick. But when, like for me, not knowing that he was a first-round pick, not realizing that.
He got picked 2 picks ahead of your guy, Cam Collier.
Yeah, so I just look at his scouting report, and yeah, he's probably, if you're just picking a team, like he's on the Mets, right?
On the Mets.
So, you're the general manager, and yeah, we're going to get all these great players. Yeah, that's fine. But fantasy, a hit, no power, speed guy. I mean,
I think this guy's a speed guy. He's all speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's speed.
I think he has
a little bit of
70 plus speed on this tool. So this guy has the ability to maybe steal 50, 60 bases at some point in the minor leagues.
But we all remember Billy Hamilton.
There's a lot of guys out
there.
Nobody
was faster than Billy Hamilton, but he couldn't hit the ball.
And he didn't walk either.
Yeah. So
what's he had? Let me go look at this guy's.
I love that
Williams.
Chalupa was committed enough to take this guy, because obviously you don't find this guy just reading Baseball America's top 100 list. He had to go search for this guy. So there's something that he loves about him. I just don't agree with it. I think it's an awful pick. It's the worst pick of the second round. It's possibly the worst pick of the first and second round combined. Because
I don't know how you see that. I mean,
he's awful.
There's a reason this guy was a first round draft pick, 14th overall. I think he's got potential in there. I think he's a massive speed guy. I don't think the power will be much above 10 home runs a year.
But we're not playing real baseball.
And I don't know where his hit tool is. That's the question.
It's bad.
How can you say that?
He's a scrub.
Have you seen the guy play?
No, I don't need to. He's a scrub. Like,
all right.
And I will die on that bridge right there. The guy's a scrub. I love that Chalupa took him. I think Chalupa had the best draft if you were like super drunk. Chalupa had the best draft. But like, man, I thought the Brooks Lee pick was like, I was like, shit, Chalupa's on his game. He's taking Brooks Lee before everybody even realizes what he's got. And then it's all downhill from there.
We'll see. I mean, I need to see, like I said, that's why I don't like projections of these first round guys. And even still, you can come out that first year, have playing 20, 30 games and have good numbers or terrible numbers. That doesn't mean anything for how your career is going to go. So we'll see.
Yeah, you look at the tools. He just, I don't know.
He's a first round talent.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he got drafted 14th overall this last year.
Who was the guy from McCallum that was drafted in the first round?
Not Matt Belisle.
Not Belisle. It was some like dude after we graduated. It's like that kind of a guy. Yeah.
Oh, Everett Williams.
Yeah, he's quick and he can hit.
He was a second round guy.
And then you never hear from him again.
Yeah, he fizzled out. And
that's who Jet Williams. Jet Williams will never be heard from ever again.
All right. Well, let's get to what I would probably say is either the best or the second best pick in the second round. Kroom with Kyle Manzardo.
Yeah, so it's the exact opposite of Jet Williams.
And this was the pick I will reference. That was the second pick that Bolt gave up in order to move up one spot.
Which makes that trade look even worse for Bolt. Because Manzardo, I think...
I love Manzardo.
He's a first baseman, so that kind of...
First base only.
He better hit, which I think he will hit for average.
He's always
The power needs to boost a little bit to be a fantasy first baseman. But, it's a good gamble here. He's gonna be a good player. He's gonna be in the major leagues. I think the Rays are developing him to be their first baseman. It's a solid pick.
Yeah, Manzardo definitely has a really good bat. I like his bat a lot. Obviously, playing first base, your bat's going to have to carry you. So this guy should be a good hitter, good power. I don't know where his power will eventually go. If it's 20, 25 power, maybe up to 30. I don't know if this guy has 30 home run potential, but this guy should be a really good hitter. I mean, at the worst, I think he's a 270, 280 hitter. At best, he could be 300, 320 hitter. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I like
he's
Jake.
definitely
I
a
thought
guy
this
that could
was
hit 300, which is huge.
yeah. That's why I mean I thought this is probably I would probably say this is my best value pick in the second round. Overall, I would probably put it maybe number one, number two. Like I said, I like Blyce a lot, but he got
And
taken
this is
number one.
Manzardo easily could have gone in the first round. Easily.
Yeah.
So, and then all right, so Manzardo, pretty safe pick, pretty solid pick. Now we get to Mason Wynn, my two dads, Josh.
Yep. This was his first pick of the
So
MILB draft.
what I wrote was like, all right, this is a shortstop. He's got a good hit tool. He can put the bat on the ball. The power needs to come. You can sort of see something there. But if you could get fantasy points for throwing like 150 miles an hour from shortstop, this guy would be the number one pick. Because have you seen him in spring training?
I mean,
The
I
dude is
know for a
throwing
fact
missiles.
that his teammate and is like his best buddy, his roommate is Jordan Walker. And those guys have radar gun contest. And they're really close somehow. Jordan Walker can somehow hum the damn ball. I don't even know how he does
Jordan
it.
Walker's like 6'5".
Yeah, and he hums that damn ball 100 miles an hour, and so does Mason Wynn. They both have incredible arms.
You watch him in spring training, and he's just throwing absolute grenades all over the place.
Yeah.
And but that doesn't get you where in fantasy. But he does.
He
look
will
like
stick at
somebody-
shortstop if that's what he has a shortstop arm.
He's
That's what
definitely got a shortstop on. He's a future shortstop if he makes the bigs. And
He
and the Cardinals prospects always play up for some reason. They don't always turn out to be good in the end, but the Cardinals just have a way of developing guys that
they do develop. I hate the Cardinals, but
they need guys like this. They can hit a little bit, they can play defense, and then suddenly they're hitting 27 home runs, and then 2 years later they're in the minor leagues.
Yep.
The Cardinals I think he's a guy that we'll see in the majors. If he can hit for power, he could be like a keeper shortstop. But
he's got speed. He can steal a lot of bases. Like you said, I don't know where his power is going to come from.
Yeah, so you could maybe see a decent average 2020 at his best shortstop. But
I don't know where his tool is going to get him either.
There's something about guys that I think that throw really hard. It makes me feel like they can also hit really hard.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this guy is better than Ray Ordonez, but
better than Ray Ordonez, definitely.
He's better
than Tovar. I'll tell you that right now.
Hitting wise, I don't know. I think Tovar's got a better hit tool. Will Tovar steal as many bases? No. Will Tovar have more home runs? I think yes. Especially
the Tovar pick. I'm gonna be thinking about that all year. I'm gonna follow him and I'm gonna heckle him at Rockies games.
I can't wait to see.
I'm gonna go full Patty and just start.
Can we get our old member Roth sitting next to you when you do this?
Is he still in Denver? Where's he live?
He lives up in Loveland or somewhere.
I don't know.
Up north, but he goes to a bunch of games.
So
okay,
Mason Wynn, I understand the pick. It's the second round. You can take a flyer on that guy. Now Kroom,
I don't mind it.
Kroom takes Tiedman. Is that how you say it?
Tiedemann.
Dude's just a flame.
Second pitcher drafted. We had one the first, and this guy in the second round.
Which I think is, like I said, you're gonna take a pitcher. You take a guy that could be an ace. This guy.
I'm taking this guy over Espino, by the way.
This guy is a flamethrower, and if I remember, he kind of looks crazy.
He's a big kid. He's a lefty.
Doesn't he look weird? Like he's got neck tattoos or something?
I don't think he looks like he just got out of prison yesterday, but I'm not sure.
Well, I remember Kroom talking about this guy, and I was like, shit, man, like, I don't like pitchers, but if you're gonna take somebody, this is the kind of pitchers that you take.
Yeah, and he blew up last year. Absolutely blew up. So didn't pitch at all the year he was drafted in 2021. Went from low A to double A last year and was amazing at every single stop. So they put him on the fast track, and this guy's a third-round draft pick. That's why you can never tell with pitchers, and that's why I think a lot of us stay away from pitchers, because guys like this come out of nowhere and are awesome.
Yeah.
So
no,
I would assume he starts the year at double A.
He's not the neck tattoo guy. At least he used to have a huge mullet.
Maybe
coming out of Long Beach with a huge mullet.
might have been, yes. I don't know.
I was looking at his picture. He definitely got a mullet, which that's what it was. I was thinking neck tattoo. He's got a mullet. He's from Long Beach, or at least played at Long Beach or something. But it's a great pick. But then let's continue the pitcher path with Sofa. Just another questionable pick here. Gavin Williams.
Yeah, I wasn't big on this pick. I thought this guy could have gone a lot of places, but he's got good stats. I don't know. He's a little bit older.
Like, this is the guy. His fastball is so good he doesn't throw off speed.
Yeah,
and so it kind of like, I understand being 2-pitch pitcher, but 1-pitch, that's just kind of like reliever to me. That's what I see.
He easily could be a reliever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the Indians' plans are for him or the Guardians' plans, but I didn't like this one. I mean, one, we don't like pitchers generally. Two, they got to be top of the board guys. This guy is maybe a back half 100 guy. I'm not sure where he ranks in the top one because I don't look at pitchers. I don't know. A lefty again, same thing as Tiedemann. They were both in the same draft. Both had great years last year. I don't know. He needs to develop more pitches, like you said, and maybe you have something. Who knows?
Yeah, so I'm looking at he's old. He was
a college pitcher, just like Tiedemann.
Turned 24.
A college pitcher.
So he strikes out a lot of people. I'm trying to see if they're showing his fastball usage. No, they're not for minor league stats. But if this is the guy I'm thinking it is, he just has like an insane like fastball. It just has a lot of movement. But
I've never seen the guy pitch, but he doesn't get hit much. I mean, in high A, he gave up 25 hits in 45 innings, which is nothing. In double A, he only gave up 44 hits in 70 innings. Why can't people get hits off him? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really.
This is the guy with the insane fastball. It's worth a look on YouTube, maybe. But I think it's a stretch, especially. Did Sofa have the first pick in the third round as well?
I believe he did.
So it's just like, I mean, if you really like them, go for it, because you're not going to be picking very soon.
Oh, this was the pick. I was at the bowling alley. I remember seeing something on the text.
Oh, is this when Preston just said
this
Williams?
Was the back-to-back Williams, and you put. I don't know.
That's what I wrote in my notes. I was like, this is for the next pick. I said, when you just say Williams for your draft pick, you just get 2 Williams back to back. Because I think that's what happened. He was driving and like, Williams. I was like, which one? And he's like, yeah, him. Yeah, and him too. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully Williams blows up for him, but I don't know what we're going to find.
It would be funny if Gavin Williams is like the future ace of the Indians.
Yeah. Just say hi. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do more research on the pitchers because I don't do much research on pitchers. So we'll see about that.
Most likely it's doing nothing. But second round was very, second round. Nobody really went too crazy except for Chalupa. That's the only one I see that is just like a nothing pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I liked Blyce a lot. I liked Manzardo a lot. Obviously, I liked my guy Julian just because he's a walk machine. The ones that I kind of scratched my head, Elijah Green, I get why you pick him there. I think he's a long way off, though.
He's a long way off.
Older, and we know what he is. I don't think he's ever going to hit amazing. He's maybe 250 guy, 260 in the big leagues. And then, yeah, I guess Gavin Williams would be the last guy on my list that I would say is not worthy of a second-round pick.
Yeah, but I think the best pick of the second round is probably Blyce, just because he's the most likely guy to like jump, but also he could disappear next year. But it's worth the gamble. Worst pick by far, Jet Williams, no questions. So.
We'll see. I mean, I don't mind the Jet. If you took Cam Collier on projection, same with Elijah Green, Jet Williams is in that same boat.
No, not even close. His grades on hit and power are so far below like everybody that was drafted.
Oh, well, Jet Williams has no power. I gave you that. He's an all-speed guy. All speed.
Yeah, which I don't know.
We'll see.
There's lots of guys like that, and they all suck.
Yeah. Well, that's the second round right there, TTM. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. We'll try to get back with the third and fourth round picks soon. Anything else you want to add, Rooster?
Nope, let's keep it going, Patty.
All right.
Daddy!
It ain't stopped yet.